We're live. 5, 4. Wait, I'm doing it wrong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live. We're back. Back with the Bishop Agencies. How's it going tonight?
Good.
Feeling good?
Mm-hmm.
Feeling excited about talking about dating disasters?
Should I?
You should. Yeah, we're going to talk about Sacramento dating disasters. Specifically mine. My dating disasters. I have been on Tinder for a few years now.
Okay.
And
Are you on several apps?
yeah, I'm on Tinder, Bumble, and now I'm on a new one. Well, not several. I'm on 3. Hinge is the name of the new one. Hinge. Yeah, I'm on Hinge.
Really?
Yeah, no Grinder. I'm not. I'm not on Grinder, guys. Yeah, Hinge.
Wow.
Yeah, Hinge. Bumble, Hinge, Tinder. So.
Okay.
So we thought we'd talk about my dating disasters. I mean, we both have had some.
Sure.
Mine are interesting. So.
Are you waiting for me to tell a story?
No, I'll tell the story. I was just, waiting for you to ask.
Oh. Well, how many?
I mean, I could go right into the story, or I thought, maybe we would.
Have you? Here's a question. If all your internet dating has ever really been successful?
Wow, good question. I had one person I dated for 6 months from, I think it was a Tinder date. But actually, that's interesting because she didn't respond to me, so I unmatched her, and then she found me on Facebook. And I added me on Facebook.
Okay, so I have noticed this about you, and Lewis and I used to crack up when you would do this in public. That you would look at your dating app in public at a bar. Like you had no shame in the game. Like, look at me, ladies, I'm on Tinder. Check this shit out. Like, we noticed you would do that. Like,
you mean at the bar, I'd pull it out and just swipe?
Yes.
Not so much anymore.
Yes.
There
was no shame in the game.
I'm
You're swiping. You're at a bar, swiping women, as if when there's a woman right next to you, you're just swiping women away on your phone like there's just nothing to you. Not realizing there's a woman next to you.
You mean when I was out on a date?
No, just in a bar.
Just in a bar. So instead of like actually talking to a human, I was swiping.
More like in a way as there was a young lady next to you and you're like judging women on the internet.
I don't know if it's actually, would you consider judging?
Which is what we're all doing, just judging people.
Right, I suppose it is judging. I suppose it's you're judging.
Anyways, but do you consider this to be almost like a game now?
Dating?
Yes.
Or the
Social
apps?
media dating.
Social media dating does make it like a video game, kind of.
And I don't want to talk like I've done my years of internet dating, so I'm not like
I think a lot of people will agree with you.
I'm not perfect.
No, we are talking about.
But I am to the point where I'm exhausted of it.
Yeah, it's not fun.
And it's not fun at all. And I'm okay with what I am. But you're more active than I am now.
Yeah, I mean,
I was in a long-term relationship for almost around 3 years.
Right.
But after that, I haven't really had any kind of desire to go out and go dating or hang out I'd rather just go smoke a joint and have a beer with people and hang out that way. I don't care about internet dating anymore.
Right.
I don't care about dating in general anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of there too, a little bit, but I feel like that, why not? So I updated my profile. It had been a long time, months, 3-4 months, I don't know, 5 months.
Sure.
Maybe 5 months. And then I just recently got my app, gussied it up. I gussied my profile up, gussied it up, and, put some new pictures and kind of,
Is there a picture you've learned if a female has a certain type of picture, you've learned that that's a bullshit picture?
Yeah, see, here's the deal. Here's the secrets. Being in the business of hair and makeup and beauty and all that,
okay.
You can tell, obviously, most pictures are filtered because they put the Snapchat filter thing on. Look, I'll tell you this. If I see a picture that has like flowers or a crown or the whole Snapchat filter thing and that's part of your profile picture, I'm not swiping on you.
You're a child. First off, you're a child.
That's it. Well, number one.
You're an adolescent.
And number two, that's an indicator that this person is insecure.
And they're covering something up.
Maybe, yeah. They're insecure with what they really.
You're like the Phantom. You're the Phantom of the Opera of social media.
Right. You got a mask on.
You're disfigured inside.
Right. So you
have your kitty ears.
Yeah, right. Kitty ears are right. So that's that.
So if you see that, you're like,
It's a dead no.
Dead
Even
no.
if she looks, like somebody who's interesting, nada.
okay.
And also, you gotta really, I gotta be really honest about something that kind of creeps me out. Pictures of your kids on Tinder with you. People will have a picture.
Other faces.
Yeah, like their kid and them. That creeps me out.
Yeah,
I don't
I agree with you to a point, but
I mean, I understand it's like, hi, I got a package deal, I'm a kid. But Tinder is ruined. Look, Tinder's been ruined because everybody wants to get a long-term relationship on it.
I don't think you can ruin something that's already rotten to the core.
But the thing is people have come into Tinder. There's all these people on Tinder because it's so mainstream.
Judging human beings has been ruined now.
Right. It's so mainstream right now that they're getting on Tinder not understanding what Tinder originally was created for.
Whoring?
Sexual relations. Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I want to find a wife or a husband.
But every app is about getting laid.
Right. But my point is that in the beginning, Tinder was scandalous, and so everybody on Tinder kind of got it, and it was kind of cool. Right?
But in general,
it's a bunch of people that don't get it.
But in general, I would agree that sometimes putting children's faces on the internet
It's creepy.
is creepy. But you can't. Number one, you can't live your life that way, of always thinking the worst thing possible about people.
Right, like judging them because they have a picture of their kid.
Well, number one is assuming there's pedophiles out there.
Oh no, I get it.
Trolling the internet looking for pictures of children to stop.
No, I'm not like judging them for that. It's just me. Like I don't care about that per se. I mean, it's whatever. But it's a picture. But it's more like.
But you have.
I'm not dating you or your dog or your cat.
And you do have to be. You do have
dating your kids.
You have to be careful of your privacy.
Yeah.
But then again, nowadays everyone's life is all over Facebook, on the internet, and Snapchat. So it's just common now.
Yeah. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, when you're swiping and it's like just a picture of your kid, like one of your profile pictures is like it's your face.
Oh, you mean too much of your kid?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't care about safety. You're just talking about like.
Yeah. I'm not curious
You're talking about like
it's not their.
Hey, I want to see more of you, girl, and not so much of
less of your
kid.
children. Yes. Yeah. Right. No, but
I
it's.
thought you were worried about a child's safety. That's what I meant.
No, I am in general, but I mean
No, you're just worried about your own.
My own life. My issue is that if I'm looking at you on Tinder, you got like 6 pictures or whatever, 3 are of your children, then that's just not a turn on.
Okay, so more. Okay.
I have children,
All right.
so it's not a big deal.
All right.
You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
All right. That's number 2. That's like an automatic no. I'm not. Now, there have been some exceptions where it was like a picture of her and the children, and it's a reasonable picture. Like it's a one picture.
Family vacation.
Something like that. Yeah.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Yes, that's kind of reasonable because you want
that shit.
Yeah, and you want to show that you're having fun and you're a well-adjusted family. I'm living that. But I do, like, even if it's you and your dog too much, that's another thing. Too many pets.
Here's the question.
I'm not dating the pets.
Do you know when you look at a family picture, can you tell by now if that picture has been taken in prison? Right?
Yeah. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. All right.
I mean, no, I can't really tell.
We need to do 2 different types of women.
Right.
Like,
that is true.
I know a prison picture when I see it.
Right. Okay, got it. No,
I'm not fooling anybody.
I'm not good at that, so maybe I'm missing that.
Painting flowers on the wall is not fooling anyone.
Right. No, got it. I see like profile pictures of prison picture.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm bad at that.
Anyway,
it's possible.
Okay.
So Tinder, Bumble is the app where you didn't use Bumble, did you?
No.
Bumble is the app where if you match, the woman has to say hi first. She has to start the chat.
Okay.
And you have to wait on that. So it's kind of demoralizing.
Do you have to post pictures of your penis?
No, that's after.
What would you do though if you had to?
If that was part of the game?
If that was the Bumble.
Wow, if the Bumble was, you got to post your stinger on the Bumble. Is that?
You could call it stingers.
I could call it stinger. Maybe
You
the app could be called stingers.
I don't know.
Would I post my Johnson on the internet, or just on the app?
Let's just pretend there's an app, a dating app.
Okay, let's pretend.
Where you can post your junk.
Yeah.
And a woman can select your junk.
Right.
Right?
Right. And she could swipe and there's different angles of your junk.
Call it, like something imports,
Stinger.
domestic imports or something like
Right. Called
something
stingers.
classy, right?
Yes, okay, domestic stingers.
Oh, that's antiquing.com, right? Swipe to do shit or swipers.
Swipers.
I don't know.
Would I download that app?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have to be on every app.
So you would both.
I would random. Yeah.
Right.
Not put my junk online. Yes. Why not? I mean, it makes people famous. I mean, look, I'm just saying, don't hate the player, hate the game. All right. If that's the game, if that's the app, I'm in.
Okay.
Because I'm serious about the game.
You're okay putting it out there right now? What you just said?
Just did. I put my junk on the internet.
You're sure?
If
you don't put that out there right now,
if
I take that back.
If that's a world where we do that, I'm going to be open to the rules of the world.
Okay.
Of the game.
All right.
All right. I mean, I'm just answering your question.
Sure.
Hypothetically.
So
this is on the internet for everybody to see.
Yes. Yes, it is. But what's your most successful app? Where have you had the most luck at?
As far as quality people,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh.
Is that a good?
I don't know.
Is that a good question?
I'm waiting for you to answer it.
Yeah. Woo.
Many.
Man.
So many hoes. So many faceless hoes.
Wow.
Let's jump and I'll say that.
I don't know. I think it's been kind of like across the board. I think Bumble has been okay. Bumble's been like higher quality of individual.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
Like people on Bumble.
Bachelor's degree or up.
Yeah, I mean,
Associates are up.
Yeah, they're just nice.
Okay.
So in some cases, a little too like high on themselves. Like I've gone out with dates on women that are just very like not relaxed, so a little more too school teacherish. Like principal, like you're getting a job interview and you didn't expect that in the conversation. But when
you're saying you've dated too many women like this? What are you saying?
I'm just saying that Bumble has a lot of those dates.
Oh, like
I'm too good for Tinder. I'm on Bumble kind of person.
Uptight?
Yes, yeah. So Bumble has had more uptight people.
So women on Bumble are uptight. What you're saying?
I'm saying I'm saying I've experienced more people, more ladies being uptight on Bumble, just like very like not really open-minded to like this is an internet date. Let's just be relaxed. It's not rocket science, right?
Okay.
We're not getting married here. We're just having a drink, right?
Okay.
But Tinder is more, obviously more free-spirited ladies that.
You've thought about this, haven't you?
I've done a lot of it.
You have.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me to break it down, yeah, maybe I've thought about it. Hinge is new, and
what is Hinge?
Hinge is what's the Hinge is where you have questions and like only 3 pictures or something, and it's like you have a selection of all these questions like where would your favorite vacation be, or do you like spaghetti? And then like you select the questions.
This sounds awful.
It is. They're pre-populated questions, and you put answers to it, right? And then you can put a little profile, little thing.
Dude, don't you feel like an experiment eventually?
Yeah, I feel like I'm.
Did you feel like they're just fucking with your head nonstop?
I feel like it is. Yeah.
Right.
I feel like here's the truth. I feel like we're all super undateable on these apps. I feel like we're all undateable.
You fucking think, dude?
We're a mess, and we're two messed up people trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Think about how long you've been on. I shouldn't say how long, but
No.
we all have seen profiles on a dating app where that's not their picture and that thing ain't current.
Right, or you've seen the picture before last year.
Yours ain't current.
Right. Well, mine are.
Right. Well, I mean, like,
right, but in general, mine are.
But,
I've got a few older ones, but I mean, they're not that old. But like,
sure.
It's a lot of work to like keep them updated, and if you're always updating, it means you're still dating. It's a tricky scenario. It's a tricky precipice.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks.
Super sucks.
Yeah, but
like I've met some really good people. There are some people I've met on the apps that are actually still friends with me.
Okay.
So I've actually met some really cool people, and I've gone out on some dates where it's like, whoa, there's no chemistry at all, but you're kind of cool, you're fun, and we stayed in touch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, you know, it's not always been a huge disaster. You know.
What? Have you had a disaster date before?
Yeah,
Obviously, you probably had some bad days.
I've had some really bad ones. Like I've had so many bad ones, you like kind of put them out of your mind.
Okay.
Two of them come to mind. Well, this one is the worst one. I'll just tell you the worst one. So I matched with a woman who seemed interesting, blonde, blonde hair, and you know, blonde, and
blonde.
yeah, and she seemed, you know, typical. She like had a business. It said like a thrift store or a antique business.
Okay.
And one of her pictures, she was wearing a stormtrooper helmet. That was interesting. Like you swipe, and the fourth picture,
As in like
Star Wars.
Yes, you mean not the Nazi stormtroopers. You mean like
no, like the George Lucas.
But she has a stormtrooper a helmet on, like the head,
Yeah.
like a Star Wars head.
Star Wars head on.
Okay, so she's playful. She likes Star Wars.
That's what I think. Okay, I think that she's into Star Wars. Okay, and then some.
But what was the little bit? What was the context of the picture?
She was like white wall,
Okay.
jeans, white shirt, stormtrooper standing there like this, like somebody took a picture. It was like
Okay.
lineup picture.
All right, just trying to get a perspective.
She wasn't at like a Comic-Con. It was odd.
Okay.
It got my attention. Still to this day, it's still weird to me.
Okay.
And then the other pictures were kind of far away.
All right.
But you know, I'm not being like judgy. I'm like interesting profile.
Okay.
But keep in mind the close-up picture was the stormtrooper picture.
All right.
But the other pictures were so far away, still close enough. I feel like I got to feel for her shit.
Okay.
I'm working at the salon. We decide to have a drink on a Saturday night in Davis. She's in Davis, and I'm working all day, and I'm trying to close up early, and I'm just exhausted. It's been all day, but I don't want to cancel on her, but I'm already running behind, unfortunately. That I don't do that anymore. I used to be bad about that. I'd run behind. So
That means you're selfish.
yeah, I'm better now. So I get to this restaurant, bar, the Irish bar. I forget the name of it. They have one in downtown.
The Fox and Goose.
No, it's the one that's it's like Midtown downtown. It's like O'Doul, not O'Doul.
Streets of London.
No, but it's the you know what I'm talking about. We're just not remembering. But
O'Malley's?
O'Malley's, yeah.
In Old Sacramento.
Well, they have two of them. One in Davis and one in. It's not No, O'Malley's. It's the other one. It's not O'Malley's. Anyway,
it's a bar.
It's a bar. And it's in Davis, so I finally get to Davis, and if you've ever been to Davis, where all the bars are like, boom, right in one spot. Mm-hmm. And it's impossible to get parking
This is
where
Friday night.
Saturday night. It's impossible to get parking right where you want to go. So I have to park way the hell down, so by the time I get there, I'm 30 minutes late.
Okay.
I walk in, I'm feeling terrible. It's packed in there. I walk in, I remember being packed. And so you walk in, and it splits off like this. Like there's a pillar, there's like a table right in the end cap that splits off. So I'm walking in and I can't find her. I texted her. Oh, did you set your camera?
Yeah, that's the sorry.
That's okay. So I can't find her. So I continue to, and it goes in a circle. So I'm feeling stupid. I continue walking around.
Hold on, yeah.
I'll hold on this.
Give me a second to. Okay, you're good.
So I'm walking around. So I'm 35 minutes late at this point. I'm walking around. I cannot find her.
Okay.
She keeps texting me. I'm 45 minutes late at this point of the day. Still haven't met.
She said she's 45 minutes late.
I am.
Oh, you are.
She says, I'm here. You're missing me.
Okay.
I keep walking around. I cannot. Then I realize I don't really know what she really looks like because of the stormtrooper picture. I thought I did.
Ho. How many pictures did you see of her?
Like 3 or 4.
You never actually saw her face.
I did from far away. So I kind of felt like, I kind of thought, it'd be kind of easy, right?
I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah. It's,
sorry,
right,
I'm being dramatic. But.
No, but it's a fair question because then I realized I didn't really know what she looked like because the other pictures were kind of far away.
Okay.
So she's still texting me. I walk around that area like 4 times. She finally somebody stops me, and it's an old lady right on the end cap. And I walked past her 4 times, and it was her, and her pictures were like 15 years old. But the stormtrooper picture.
But when you say the word
recent.
old lady, tell us what you mean by old lady.
She's like 60, like, and I'm not, right?
Woo!
She was like 20 years older than me. Now, when I say old lady, this is the way I'm saying it is she looked
Like
very weathered, very haggard, right? And I'm just saying, the reason why that's relevant is I completely did not know that was her. I walked around her like 4 or 5 times. She finally goes, Jason,
Okay, was it
I'm right here.
Was the Star Wars picture?
I was like,
her jeans, were they mom jeans? Were they grandma?
They were mom jeans. She had put on the hat for the Star Wars picture, which was like the most recent picture covering her face. So the only reason why, I mean, and yes, 60 is not technically old, and old lady is the only way to term it, because she just was like not me.
Maybe you got catfish, dude.
I did, technically.
You buy an actual catfish.
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't know. What's older than a catfish?
Nothing much.
You got dinosaur.
So she waves me down.
You got dinosaur.
In fact, there were times that I'd made eye contact with her, and she was like, I remember her going, and she was like, oh. So, and I'm like panicking. So
Did you trip over her cane?
No, she didn't. So for 30, that's not the worst part of the date. So for 30.
So you actually went on a date with her?
So here's what happened. So for 30 minutes, I'm walking around.
Was she handicapped parking the whole time?
Yeah,
you
right.
Just kept walking
Yeah, that's what I was going. Yeah,
I'm in the front.
I was looking for a blue, line at the table. Yeah. So so she waves me down, and I walked over way like defeated and shocked and humbled, and I looked at her and I was like, she's like, it's me, and I go, oh wow, and I'm by then, I mean, worked all day, closed the salon. Hour, 30 minutes late, rushed there, running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Dude.
I sat down.
Dude.
I just sat down and ordered a beer and just like, hey, and just started talking to her. What else am I gonna do?
Yep.
So she begins to tell me
Oh no.
that she's, I'm sorry, my pictures are old, but I have a hard time getting dates if I post my real pictures. And I'm like, well, you should be yourself. So we start going in, and I'm just having my beer and trying to relax because I'm trying to find a way to just when I
She
feel
knows
good enough to go.
she knows that there's an obvious problem.
Right, and I think she thought that I might just be, somebody who just wants to, I don't know, have sex or whatever, and it's like, it doesn't matter. But yeah, she knows. And so so then she begins to tell me that she had, this is a true story. She began to tell me that she was divorced. The reason why she was divorced is that her husband had caught the HIV. It's true, dude.
What?
Her husband had caught the HIV and she didn't know it. She tells me this on the date, and that he had been living a life.
Did she say HIV or they HIV?
She said full-blown AIDS, but it was started with the HIV. So
This is some deep shit.
Dude. So she said, and I'm trying to, and then since it's an Irish bar, they're offering me fish and chips. So I had ordered some fish and chips, by the way.
You ordered food.
I did. I'm
Right.
just gonna, why not have my fish and chips? I'm trying to eat my fish and chips, and
Was she
dropped,
eating?
Not really. So
Did she put the little thing of pills like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah.
She's like, hold on.
No, she drops this on me, man, and I'm like, wow, HIV. Wow, how did you find out? She's like, well, he finally had to tell me. Finally. So she'd been married. He had the HIV for a while, and it took her a while to find out. And she goes, I know what you're thinking, though. I'm like thinking, you do not know what I'm thinking. And she goes, I'm clean. And I said, well,
Thank God.
I said.
Thank God, Florence.
Yeah, I said, I don't even remember her name at the time. And I said, wow. So she goes, I'm clean. And I said, all I could say was congratulations. That's all I could say. So I finished eating the fish at the moment, and she began to tell me, but our son's doing, she began to open up about her life, and her husband, caught the HIV, and he went to full blown AIDS.
Oh my God.
But she said he was battling it, and she said he's currently okay. And I was like, thanks for letting me know.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it ended with her business was actually near the bar. So she wanted to take me by her business, and I felt obligated. So we went into her business, and it was in the loft. She turned the lights on, and it was saw the business. It was nice. I walked out, and she walked me to my car and asked and stopped and said, we walked, and she goes, so are we gonna have another date? That's what she. And I said,
She's trying to sell you.
I said, let me look at my schedule.
The hard sale, right?
Yeah, she went for it. She tried to close. So yeah, that's one of the worst dating things that ever happened. It could have been worse, I suppose.
Dude,
That was pretty bad.
that's pretty good.
and just so you know, watching this, he did not know that story.
I did not know that.
That's a story new to you, new to him. I told that story last night to somebody, and I tell that story every once in a while. It's a legit story. Like when she dropped the HIV on me, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But I didn't want to say you gotta be kidding me. I kind of thought maybe I was getting punked because I actually thought, because we actually know somebody that does hidden camera stuff. I actually kind of thought I was like on hidden camera, but it was.
Oh, you know what? That's interesting.
I did think I was getting punked because it was too crazy.
That would be interesting.
But then I thought, it's too dark in here, and I actually I actually got up to the bathroom to look for cameras because I know how they would be set up. I didn't find them. I came back.
Where's Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, and the thing is when I got there, I really was so tired. I was like, I'll have a beer. Why leave and get back in the car and drive away? But that was one that was pretty terrible.
That is terrible.
I don't know if I handled it right, but it is what it is. Yeah. But I was kind to her. She just needed, needed somebody that, understood that plight.
Gotcha.
Yeah, of the ex-husband who had the HIV. Yeah, that's like a horror story. It's a
That's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, it's a bad thing for her, but yeah, that's a true story.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So there's your dating disaster. Yeah.
So I've had a bunch of bad dates.
Yeah, do you want to tell one while we're online?
I've had
An interesting one?
I've had a bunch of crazy ones. God.
Beat this one?
It's just been so long because I
Right.
I was
It's
off the
tough.
scene for a while.
Yeah, it's tough to.
But there was times where I would typical go on a blind date, and you walk up and
they're all technically blind dates.
the worst, one of the worst ones was we met at what's the Mexican place in Natomas, on the border. Horrible.
Like the chain one on the border.
Yeah. So we're gonna meet there, like at 11 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
Okay. All right. 11 a.m.
So I walk in, the place is empty.
11 a.m. is when they open.
Yeah, I mean the place is barely opening.
Right.
And there's a bartender that says hi to me, and I said, "Hey, I'm waiting for someone." I think he kind of just knew that it was some meetup internet date thingamajigger, because I kind of got that sense from him. So I think I had gotten a beer. I got in a little bit early, and I was waiting. His car pulls up, and out walks. I think she was like 4'2", but she was like 600 pounds. It looked like a cannonball coming towards me, and I was like, in that split second, I was like, do I fucking run? Do I just pretend I'm a wooden statue, like a, what do I do?
Right.
And she walked in, and she went to order a drink, and the bartender looked at me like, He knew it. He knew I was gonna have it bad.
Right.
So of course she ordered a burrito.
She was hungry.
She was hungry. She ordered a burrito.
Let's eat.
And I had my beer, and we sat there, and I drank my beer in like 10 seconds. And I waited to finish the burrito. And I ran out of there like a mad maniac.
So, I gotta go.
Yeah. But,
wow.
But I've had crazy ones where, I had a really bad one where, this was a while back.
Alright.
Where we went to a bar, and she hated the bar, and she hated everything. She hated the people in the bar, she hated the bartender, she hated everything.
Alright.
And in the middle of the date, I was just like, listen, this is the worst date I've ever been on before. And she goes, yeah, I agree. I go, I'm actually disappointed. I thought we were going to vibe really, really well. But But no, I said, this is going terrible. Because she hated every moment of it. She wasn't positive. It was a lot of pausing, complaining, staring, pointing at people. I just didn't like her attitude.
Right.
And we finished our drinks and walked her to her car. Then she showed me her taser in her purse.
Right. Yeah. That's what you want to get shown
Right.
in a car. Yeah. Yeah,
Just, I mean, she wasn't threatening me, but she was just,
check this out.
hey, check this shit out. I was like, oh.
Did she activate
She
it?
got, yeah. Little prom thing, right?
Right.
Then she got in her car and she took off. I never saw her ever again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. She pulled the taser out. Did she think you were going to get into kinkiness or like involunteer?
No. Well, I mean, no. But, no, she was just, the walls have been broken down by then, so we were both being completely honest. Though we both were laughing about it.
By
but
then,
this
you're
is
like,
the worst
this,
thing
yeah.
we've ever had before.
That is kind of cool.
That we just weren't getting along.
There's times where you're like, I had one recently, well, last year, before I got off the apps, where she was really great and I thought it was going to be awesome, and she showed up and it was like, hey, I feel like you're my sister. Like there was no connection.
Sometimes it can be
Right.
like that.
And then we just laughed and we were like, halfway through, she goes, or maybe even 10 minutes in, she's like, there's no connection, is there? And I go, no, there's not. And she goes, hey, well, let's just talk about life. And she was in the same business, so we talked about business and kids and her, I learned a lot. She had an interesting story, history of life. We only, we both bought a drink. It wasn't a big deal, and went home and felt good, had a good night. So I feel like you can end those, if you're just straight direct about it, you can end them without, that's what I've learned, to not drag it out. Because I don't drag it out anymore. Like no energy, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I had the one last year was, I had a woman from Stockton. She lived in Stockton, and she was a school teacher. She is a school teacher, and she said she was going to be in Sacramento. She said, let me meet you in Midtown. I said, oh, meet me at Inc. I like to go there all the time. And I met her outside. I walked up, and again, it was another situation where she didn't look like her pictures, so I was a little confused. It wasn't as bad as Star Wars Lady, but she.
This one was in that age range.
Yeah, it was actually right at the age range, and she had like a very like school teacher like vibe, like job interview, like it was like not me. We were just two different people. So we walk in, we sit down. I'm trying to make it work. And then I like, hey, do you want to get something to drink? And she ordered a Moscow Mule, and I ordered like, I don't know, vodka or something. And she said, she was just like really awkward, and we were talking, and I said, hey, would you like to get an appetizer? And she said, whatever you want, I don't know, I don't care. And I go, okay, well, let's get the nachos. I figured that's kind of a fun thing, nachos.
Okay.
And she began to talk about being a school teacher and having trouble with 5-year-old kids for 20 minutes or so. She kept talking, and then talking about the kids like I had to stop the story when she was talking about one of the kids got up on the school table and just started taking a shit on the table, right?
Okay.
Right? So I said, whoa, I gotta stop your story. I'm officially grossed out. And she's like, well, this is my life. And I go, yeah, but I mean, it's not mine, and I'm not really used to that. And I said, look, let me be honest. Well, actually, before that, I said I kind of stopped her, right? So before I said that,
telling you about her day.
No, she kept going on trying to
her daily struggles.
Yeah, about the kids and
stuff. And you're like, can you please just shut up?
Yeah, well, I go.
Can you please just shut up?
I go. Look, okay, I need to stop you right now. I'm trying to eat my nachos.
Can you please just shut up?
I just can't really do that. And she looked at me, and then right at that time, the waitress walked over, and she kind of knows me because I'm there all the time. And she goes, she looks down and she goes, so how are you doing? Like she was saying, how are you doing to me as a person, not how's the date doing, right?
Okay.
And she goes, how are you doing? And I go, I remember looking up and going, I'm good, because we had this, I knew her a little bit. And she saw the look, and she goes, okay, and walked away. And she goes, well, I guess the date's over, because I saw the way you looked at her, and apparently you don't like me. And I go, whoa. I go, okay.
But you did give the waitress a look, though.
Kind of. Now thinking about it, I did. I kind of gave it away. I was bad. But I should have said this earlier, that what I'm about to say. I said, look, this is absolutely true story.
And you've also pulled a date faux pas, bringing her to a place you go to all the time.
Fair enough. We just kind of threw it together. Again,
Okay.
now we've already talked, if you go back to episode 1, we talked about them, I'm a bad dater. It was episode 2.
Right, true.
Yeah, I'm a bad first dater.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was a mess. And then I said, look, this is not going to happen. We're just, you're a nice person, but.
You can't be part of the Jason J. Daniel brand.
Yeah,
You can't be part of the family.
You're not in the family. I said, nothing will happen with this. I just don't feel it. I said, so the date's kind of over.
Okay.
I said, but feel free to enjoy the nachos with me. I said, feel free to enjoy the nachos.
You're such a gentleman.
And yeah.
You're such a host.
And I said,
So you said, feel free to enjoy the nachos with me? Wow,
yeah.
dude.
I said, feel free to enjoy the nachos.
Wow.
And it's been
Wow.
great.
Wow. Oh, wow.
It's true story. And I go, it's been great. I said,
oh, man.
okay. I said, it's been great. But, your drink's on me. I said, oh, the drink's on me for coming out. And I said,
The drink's on me.
And she looks at me like she was so angry. And she opened up, she looked, because we were it was a booth. So she looks down and she goes through her purse. Pulls out like $7, throws it across the table at me, hits me with the money, and she goes, you know what? And then she takes her drink. She goes, you can finish that drink. I'll buy it for you. And then stormed out. And then I was just like, whoa. And then the waitress walked over and she goes,
Man.
doing okay?
Oh, man.
Doing okay? Yeah, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if I handled that good.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, but that's the other
No.
dating. I'm just really
I don't think you did.
undateable. So.
Yeah.
So I think you want to wrap it up. I think that's
Yeah.
a couple of good dating stories, all true stories, guys. Currently not a good dater, but who knows? One day may make it work. Thanks for watching. Anything else you want to say before we
No.
sign off to the rest of the world? Thanks for watching, everybody. And it's always tough. It's always tough to end these things. Oh, here it is. There it is. Take care.